So now we're going to move on, as His Highness said, to Professor Youssef Diab's presentation. He's going to talk about the outdoor comfort activity here in RAK, which I know was His Highness's another example of your inspiration and encouragement. And so let's welcome Professor Diab to the lectern. Thanks.
Open this. First of all, I'd like to thank His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Saqr al-Qasimi for his trust, his encouragements for me for this nice project. He is the inspirator of this project. It's not mine. I'm only doing what he's asking me to do, and which is a huge challenge. So, you know, he talked about the quality of life in Ras Al Khaimah. This is one of my missions, is to develop these activities related to outdoor. You know, so we are creating this center called RAK, Center for Outdoor Comfort. It's a joint initiative between RAK municipality and the American University of Ras Al Khaimah. So what we are trying to do is, you know, I am talking to people coming from chemistry. I'm only an engineer, sorry. I'm only doing a PhD in urban planning. So all my research are very applied research. I'll never have a Nobel Prize, never a field medal. I'll have maybe nice projects for this country as I collaborate also with the French cities and especially the city of Paris. So my presentation is to tell you about what we did in 18 months, about the feasibility of this center. Sorry. Okay. So as it's a workshop dedicated to research, just to give you in few words our research approach, it's bottom-up and top-down, both together. We want to do modelings, we want to do experiences, we want to do a lot of fundamental research, and also it's a bottom-up because we learn from the projects. As His Highness mentioned, there's a master plan. There's development of new projects. These projects are innovative, and this innovation is integrated in our approach. So the two key elements are interdisciplinarity and complexity. We need to work on all this. We need to mobilize engineering science, we need to mobilize urban planning, urban design, regional planning, and also social sciences. All these sciences have to work together in an interdisciplinary way to develop this outdoor comfort concept. What the problem is? The problem is that all the report, the IPCC report, showing that the temperature is going higher and higher, especially in the Gulf countries. We have some temperature of 50 degrees in Kuwait a few years ago. We'll have temperature coming in the coming period for more than 55, 56 degrees during the summer. Our idea is not to solve this problem. We cannot do it on our scale, but we want to encourage people to go outside during spring period, summer period, for by let's say, dealing with the nature and with the technologies. So this is the first element. The second one, living outside, outdoor issues are crucial in the Gulf traditions. The people used to live outside a few years ago, and they want to continue to live outside. And this is the inspiration of His Highness saying, why we cannot use traditional issues. You talked, Your Highness, about Barjil. Barjil, it's known in all the Arab houses from the ancient time. Now we are trying to renew this approach with the municipality for the indoor comfort of buildings. But my topic is the outdoor comfort. My dream, and I talked about it to His Highness, to have this urban heat map of Ras Al Khaimah, to have the baseline of the city, to know what's happening and how to return back to this. So we are with the municipality, we want to create a model of Ras Al Khaimah with the baseline of the city. So if you are a developer, you come to Ras Al Khaimah and then we can tell you what was the baseline and how you can improve these conditions by your developments. The project, the urban development, the built environment has to have an added value for the nature. It does not have to be a very bad effect. This is what my topic is, to say that by modeling, by understanding these issues, we are going to develop sustainable urban planning in Ras Al Khaimah. So, based on this, we are mobilizing, in urban planning we talk about scale, spatial scales. So we have the scale of the city, we have the scale of the neighborhood, and then the buildings. So all these elements are going to be mobilized. We are going to work about the albedo, the surface, with our colleagues from India. We are going to work about modelings with the people from Singapore. We are going to work about, let's say, testing new materials coming from Europe. All these elements are integrated in the development of Ras Al Khaimah. So, what kind of approach we will have? We are going to work on shading issues. Shading is very well known in the Arab traditions. Shading, but we can improve the quality of shades, the orientation, the materials by this. And which is very important that when you are consultants, I am happy there's no consultant in the room, so I'm going to tell you things. They come with project, they develop the project, they implement them, but the follow-up is not done. We, as researchers, we want to do the follow-up. So we implement sensors in this installation to see what was the state before, what's going to happen after. This is the added value of the research, and this is why His Highness is asking me to develop this project, because I believe in the added value of research. But I believe also in the added value of innovation, and this is the equation of our development. We have also working on cool surfaces, which is very important. We have Stephen Rock and we have RAK that developing this kind of solution. And we are also passionate by the misting issues. The misting is approach used in USA, used in Singapore, used in many places, and we want to develop this in Ras Al Khaimah. And we are testing a lot of innovation on this, about the nozzle size, about the material used for the misting, etc. Now some examples, some good examples. You have been last year in Movenpick. This is the terrace of the Movenpick. You go there, you ask the people, why you are not sitting inside? They said, outside it's much better. We have the trees, we have the nature, and we have the cool air coming. By this time, we have also in the Corniche, we installed a very performant shading system with mist and fans, and we are measuring the temperature differences. In Al Jazeera Al Hamra, if you have time in the evening, you can over there. We have been 2 days before in this area. We have misting system, what we call, you can see here. This is are implemented, but have to be tested. We are working also based on our experience in Europe about the courtyard of schools, to see, okay, the people, the children are inside their room, they are watching videos, etc. We want them to go outside. We want to deal with the nature, to have agriculture in the courtyard. So we are testing many schools. And because of the support of His Highness, all the developers of the school, when they come to Ras Al Khaimah, they are contacting us to participate in from the early stage of the design to this project. So we have 2 initiatives now about schools and how to integrate this. This is something happening in Paris, in Barcelona, that the courtyard have to be green places. We are also testing, in Ras Al Khaimah you have 3 climatic conditions. You have the beach conditions, you have the inner town condition, and the mountains. And we want to test all the solution based on the climate difference of this area. So it's very important to develop local solution for each condition. And now we have a fantastic project. It's finished few weeks ago. It's in Rexus and Marid. We installed in one of the restaurants with the partnership with RAK Hospitality to say, okay, are outdoor comfort condition going to increase revenues? which is going to happen because the customers are coming to this place. They prefer to go to this restaurant instead of going to other places. We are very satisfied. My small team is in the room, and I really want to thank them for their involvement in this project. We test many solutions. The engineer in charge of the project, he used to go there every day to find the best solution. We changed the nozzle 3 times, Your Highness, to have the good one. So there's a lot of work done on this. It's experiences, like you are doing these things in microscope with in chemistry. My lab is a living lab. It's a city. So I need to test in real condition. I need to test the acceptance of the population on this, for this solution. I'm not going to go in detail because I have to respect the allocated time for me, but we have these measurements. We can develop the curve showing, and based on the humidity, we can see the difference of temperature in this, some areas. This one was, we did it in Wadi Shawka. So now the mission of our center is to work in many elements. I go quickly. We want to deal with the suppliers, to explain to them how to do this installation. We want to work on education issues, that to go to schools and to make the people understand that living outside is very important for their life. The policy, and I'll come back to the policy because Ras Al Khaimah is the first emirate developing guidelines for outdoor comfort, and we are going to use it. It's not mandatory yet. It's going to be used by all the developers to integrate outdoor comfort in our policies. Applied research, as I said, institutional setup. What, all around the world, you have the green building concept on all the design. We want to have this outdoor comfort as a specialty of Ras Al Khaimah. And this is the example of our guidelines. It was done in partnership with the municipality and with the developers of Ras Al Khaimah to have this, and it's unique in the Arab region, to have this guideline saying, you developer, you consultant, you want to work in Ras Al Khaimah, it's good to analyze our guidelines and to use them in your design, because your project will have a better quality and will improve the quality of life. So then we have many results. I not have time to present all of this, but His Highness also had the idea saying, okay, Youssef, you are working a lot about door comfort for human being. So you are presenting good results. We are satisfied from this. Why you don't try to do this for agriculture? Are we going to improve the quality of crops, the quality of fruit, by using these techniques of outdoor comfort? You are coming from the chemistry world. I am from engineering and from urban planning. So I tried to have partnership with some colleagues working on agriculture, and we are working on this. And then we developed this huge matrix, which is what we call the decision support system. What the decision support system we have, it's going to give you the conditions to have good agriculture in Ras Al Khaimah. For example, what the needs for the soil, what kind of nutriment you need, what kind of humidity you need, what kind of shading you need. So we have this decision support system. We have to test it. Now we have, let's say, the framework for it. So we need to test it. I'll show you in 2 slides what we'll do. And also, as I said, we have this urban heat map to develop. This is something, it's not, it's done in London, it's done in Paris, but it's unique in the Arab countries to have this urban heat map to develop. We are mixing satellite images with local measurements, with intermediate scales, and to obtain this hotspot. You can say, for example, in Marjan, it's going to be a hotspot. So we need, for example, have other solution to implement to include it. I gave Marjan, but it's not the case. This is why I say it's not going to be. It's going to be a cool spot. This is the example from London. This is the example from Paris. I said about the agriculture. the agriculture, we have this decision support system, but as you need, you have to be validated. To validate this, we are going to have a small lab, a small living lab in Al-Hamra to test these crops and to say what the impact of our outdoor technology on the quality of fruits, on the quality of production. We are going to deal with the soil, we are going to deal with the water needs, and with climatic conditions. And we can say, okay, we obtain this quality of fruit. It's good for mango. It's not good for pomegranate, etc., etc. So just to show you the first stage of design of our living lab, we have a glamping side. We want to test it. We have outdoor sitting area, and we want to test what's going to happen if we change. For example, I talked about misting systems. We want to test many misting systems to say, okay, we think in this area we need to have this kind of misting line. We need to have this kind of fans, etc., etc. So we are going to deal with the suppliers for that, and it's the same thing for the crops. So there's going to be an interdisciplinary lab between crops and human comfort. So the roadmap of the center, as I said before, working on real projects is very important for us. You cannot do cities without dealing with reality. We cannot do it only by using, for example, benchtop. It's not the case of urban planning. We need to test, to talk with the stakeholders, and to mobilize modeling tools. We want also in the center to have PhD students. We want to develop research by creating for a long-term master degree about outdoor comfort, and it's going to be something unique in the region to have this center. The experience of Tony on the development of the center, 16 years, you said. For me, it's going to be probably shorter to have this center, because His Highness is pushing hard, as you know, to go to the center in the 2-3 years. And now, a real example of what's going to happen next year in partnership between us and our colleagues from GNCRSR. So it's an initiative launched by RAK, a division of Seven Rock, and we want to work about these new materials and their added value for cooling. So, for example, RAK, based on the research of our colleagues in India, they develop a new material. It's a new material, let's say, with a heat reflecting coating. So, and it's going to prepare the next presentation of our colleague. This coating is very efficient. You see, in lab, it's very efficient. I mean, there's a lot of measurement done in laboratory in a controlled condition to see what the added value, what the cooling effect on this. We are going to reduce the surface temperature by 5, 6, and probably 10 degrees. But for me, it doesn't make any sense. We need to test it in real conditions. So what we are going to do is, with our colleague from RAK, we are preparing a TORs to have a partnership between RAK, between GNCR and RAK COC to develop this coating material in Ras Al Khaimah. And we are giving for us 1 year to test these new materials coming from research to outdoor comfort, to say, okay, these materials are very efficient in lab. What's going to happen in real life? We mean, are they sustainable? What's the maintenance cost of them? What's going to happen? So we need to test all these elements together. Thank you very much. Any question? Sorry.
Yes. Do we have any questions for Professor Diab?
Okay.
Okay. Let's thank him again for a wonderful talk. And
Thank you, Tony.
thank you, Youssef. I think this is a very important initiative, and we look forward to interacting with you
to provide the right sorts of materials that will enable your vision here. Thank you.